In the late 1950s, a new musical sound was growing louder on the American cultural scene. It was Motown, a blend of gospel, blues, and pop, pioneered by African-American artists based in Detroit. Before long, Motown had grown into one of the most significant cultural departures of the 1960s, an innovation that served as a soundtrack of sorts for the civil rights movement and continues to influence music to this day. In 2019, one of the LBJ Library's most memorable moments came when we cut the ribbon on a spectacular temporary exhibit, delving into this remarkable era in the history of American music. Curated by the Grammy Museum in Los Angeles, the exhibit enabled visitors to learn about the history of Motown Records, the famous label established in 1959, and appreciate the political importance of this new sound. Visitors could also check out musical instruments, wardrobe, and other artifacts touching on the lives and careers of artists like the Supremes, the Four Tops, the Temptations, Stevie Wonder, and the Jackson 5. And the library was proud to welcome members of these acts to share their memories with packed audiences in our auditorium and tour the exhibit. Here's Mary Wilson, one of the Supremes, taking a look at the displays. And here's Mary from the same event, reflecting on the early years of Motown and what it represented to a black teen in Detroit.
You know, today everyone wants to get into the business because they want to be stars, and everybody thinks that they're stars, right? Back then, we were like black kids. We just wanted to sing.
And here's Four Tops member Duke Fakir looking back on what Motown represented to the civil rights movement.
It was a small part of the civil rights movement. Yeah. At that time, whites started buying our records. What that had never bought black records before. You know, while Martin King was slowly marching down the street, our music was seeping out of their houses, out of the kitchens, out of their basements.
The Motown exhibit is a good example of our eagerness at the LBJ Library, not only to explore Lyndon Johnson's presidency, which we cover in our permanent galleries, but also to use our temporary shows to call attention to the whole historical era in which LBJ lived. Over the years, we've delved into music, sports, women's history, space exploration, and many other themes. And we'll no doubt keep exploring these kinds of subjects in the future as we bring history alive for future generations of visitors.